Aloha Friday, guys. I know it's all about family today. Um, I don't have nothing as special for today, guys, because as you all know, on Fridays it's Aloha Day, and we talk about a little bit of everything. It's like a big burrito on Fridays, right? So today was one of those days. Since I have not done a gig economy good, bad, and the ugly video in a long time. But before we get there, guys, I want to give you guys a little bit of my first experience back on the trails, the nature trails, guys. I went hiking. Hello, Flemings. How are you? I went hiking, guys, a few days ago, and I finally sit down and post all. Hello, Sister Roseanne. Come on in, come on in. We today. I know that I posted for some of you guys that watch my hiking video. I hit the trails. I'm back at in nature, guys. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing me as hairpiece, and it sometimes muffles through. So if everything is good to go, hello, Sister Tanya, welcome in, guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys in regards to a big burrito. What happened this week? We're going to sum it up on Aloha Friday. What happened the whole week, so that I can get down to the nitty gritty, and I will be adding in a little bit of the gig economy pros and cons, because guys, oh my gosh, wait for the ending because I gotta give it to you. I'm gonna give you a nice little one. I'm gonna set it up nicely for y'all, because let me tell you, it's just one of those days, and y'all know just what I'm talking about. Life be lifing, guys. So I decided that I'm gonna start heading back into nature. So she then hit nature called, and she attended. Okay, I went on a nice little hike after my sciatica little breakdown that I had moments where, I was in pain. I was like not immobile for like 2 to 3 days. I prayed about it. Yes, I did. I prayed about it. And guys, there's power in prayer, because as I was praying, I also believed that I was going to be healed, because God was the healer. And then on top of that, guys, I had a whole big peanut gallery in the gym that they were helping, push me on. You can do it, Paulette. We're going to bring duct tape for you. We're going to tape you up, and just get up and down the hills. And I national squadron in the background just tooting the horn. When you have a powerful prayer that you're going through, and you're praying about specifics, and you believe what you're praying, and you have no doubt, and the next day is hike day, right? So I'm still in pain. If I thought about my hip, I was hurting. So, but because I believed, and I wanted, in the bottom of my bottom belly, guys, I wanted a hike so bad, because I wanted to get back out in nature. And because of that, when I woke up the following morning, after prayers and all the cheering my friends gave to me, I just want you to know that I wasn't 100% healed, but because I believed that I would be able to get up and down the mountain, and I went and did it in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Guess what? I went up and down those mountains. I showed you guys some of the little overview of the areas that I went in there. But like anything, it's best to be there present to really grasp, that beauty when it comes to nature. And I had an opportunity to breathe in the fresh air, because when you go up into the mountains, everything up there is pure. You don't even see ants. Okay, it's like it's no type of bugs up there, because everything is pure. They can't even survive up there, I guess. So we did that. I don't know where the rain went. It went somewhere else on the other side of the island, guys. We ended up arriving to a puddle. So the little puddle that we end up at, that was what, the ending. And I was like, what happened? When I went the first time, there was a nice little waterfall, guys. It was beautiful. We were swinging off those ropes that you all see on the video that I posted. We were just swinging back and forth, dropping in the water. It was so much fun. I went this time, everything just felt like it just droughted up. okay? But it was fun. I had my gym accountability team with me. Some of them, not all of them, was able to make it, but the ones that did make it, we had fun. We all got back out there for the first time since, like, probably, I would say, probably a year. I normally would go hiking with my other friends, my neighbor, and she left. Eliana, if you're out there, you need to hurry come back. Okay, sis, I miss you. Okay, yes, that was one of my hiking partners. We would do 10 miles, probably once or twice a month, to try and get your body out there and moving. I'm so happy on my Facebook group, Fit Lifestyle Facebook group. I'm noticing a lot of extra posts out there with people that's moving. Remember, the fit health and fitness is about moving, getting outside, getting out there. You don't have to do crazy activities like me and pull your hips out, get your sciatica activated. You can do swimming, you can walk, you can be on a treadmill. It's so many different options for you to do a 30 to 45 minutes workout to get your heart rate moving, your blood flow pumping. Like, it's so many other things for you to do. You don't specifically have to, walk or run for 10 miles. You can walk for 10 miles. You may not have to go on an incline for 30% or, 40%. You could just go on flat at the beginning. When you're lifting weights, if you're going into putting some strength training in, start on a low level, guys. You don't have to go and do 60, 80 pounds, 120 pounds. No need for all of that, okay? A little bit each day is what's going to help out. Sister Tanya, if you were up in here, I just hope that you had a great time that Friday, because I know you say you're going to skip one day. So I'm assuming you're doing Monday and Friday, getting your health and fitness up in there. So hopefully you had an amazing time, and I'm looking forward to get some feedback from you when it comes to your health and fitness. Sister Tanya started out swimming. Ain't that great? We don't have to do a whole lot of stuff in order to move. You could do simple things that work just as good as all those hardcore stuff. So that was one thing I want to talk about when it comes to health and fitness. If you all have not yet seen the video that I posted, go ahead and take a look at all the nice views. That was one waterfall they call Manana Trails, and it takes you to the waterfalls. It's a 4 miles hike that feels like 10 miles because you're going up the mountains, you're coming down the mountains. It's just overwhelmed. Legs is a lower body workout, intense. Then you climbing on ropes, like your body workout. I don't advise. It's a hard hike, just to let you all know. But because hiking was something that we did weekly, and if any other my friends up in here, we already planned another hike too for you guys, because I want to not just do once a month hiking. I want to do more than once a month hiking. I want to get in there and do and move for about, twice a month. It's a good thing. And then until I can build myself up to start going once a week every time, So to get you all updated, go watch that video and make sure that, you guys let me know which views were best for you all, that you like, those type of sceneries. The next scenery we're going to do is another waterfall, which is coming up. It's coming up next week, Wednesday. I'm supposed to go on another waterfall. Hopefully the internet is working better there so I can go live to really show you guys the beauty of Hawaii. However, though, all of the heavy, hardcore hikes are hard hikes, but they have the best views. So hopefully the ones that we're going on right now, you guys, it's going to have a nice incline, but it will give you guys the opportunity to see the nice views all around the island. Hello, Brother Jonah. Did 9 miles on Tuesday. You did, Brother Jonah. That's what I'm talking about. You better get that health and fitness going and start to move. Get that body moving, guys. Listen, get that heart rate to the right spot. 30, 45 minutes of a nice little walk. If that's too much, just do 10,000 steps. That's a nice challenge to give yourself. If you don't have a gym, go outside. Get outside. Get off of the couch and start to move. Right now, I'm refocusing on my health and fitness, guys. I'm determined. I ain't playing around anymore. I kept, at the beginning, I kept like setting up, like, we're going to do New Year's resolution. Guys, it's been 12 years. My daughter is 12. She's going to be 13 soon. Okay, she's going to be in her teens, and I'm just to the point where I'm like, Lord, I've been working real hard to get back, at least maybe halfway back. I may not be able to get all the way back where I was when I was all snatched, but at least help me get a little bit where I can move a little bit more loosely, because it's not easy after having kids and stuff, and you're getting to that point where that baby fat just be sticking, when your back fat, you got big back, everything just starts to just bloop, and you just can't get it on. It's a disturbant fat. So I'm just here to cheer on all of you guys out there that's looking to move between now and the end of the year, and you all got to start working on that weight from now, guys, because the holidays are right around the corner. Y'all know, y'all bunch of heathens that like to do all the holidays, Christmas and all the New Year and all of the Thanksgiving. Y'all know you like to eat around that time, okay? Now, holiness, we don't celebrate that. However, for all the others that's out there, that does celebrate it, I just want y'all to know that you still need to move, okay? You got to move, because that those peas and rice is coming in, that ham, that turkey's right around the corner. Y'all gonna have those nice smothered chops that's gonna pull up. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and y'all like to eat mashed potatoes and gravy. Don't forget the gravy. Lord have mercy. You imagine the pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, everything pie and food. Guys, if I go out and in, I'm going to go under a bridge. So sometime when I go under the bridge, the internet will go for like probably 2 seconds, 3 seconds, but I'm just letting you all know ahead of time that that's what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, guys, like I was mentioning to you guys, make sure that you guys are moving, that you are getting you're getting your steps in for the day. Don't even do a 10,000 step. Start off with 2,000 steps, guys. Let's do 1,000 steps, and then every week we increase. From every week, we're going to increase 1,000 steps until you get to the spot where you need to be. Okay? That's my advice for all of you guys, beginners that's just about to get started and not sure, what's going on. I'll advise you guys to just start with 1,000 steps, and then you move on. Now, for the last couple of Saturdays, I have not been doing any, what they call, gig shmoney talk, right? Because life been lifing, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I be so into work, and I started Lyft. For those that don't know about Lyft, Lyft is a driving app. So you don't have no time to be talking. You don't have no time to do nothing. You're just focused on picking up one customer and dropping another customer off. So this burrito that I'm talking about, I spoke about health and wellness, how you all going to move yourself to get your body going. And on top of that, I posted a video for my first nature walk, trail walk that I did for this month. And basically, I have not done one for the longest, since probably the ending of last year, beginning of last year, like a nice hike. So I just want to let you all know that we need to set our goals, reset goals, and adjust sales so that we can start acting what we practicing what we're preaching. Okay, so I want to practice what I preach. I told everybody about moving. We talked about the juicing. We talked about the smoothies. But at the end of the day, everything went on hold. Not that we weren't doing it in the background, but I see that these sometimes is so much to talk about, that when health and wellness comes, is so much other stuff you want to talk about. They just go to the wayside. So today I'm doing the burrito by including health and wellness, to let y'all know Paulette has started attending nature again, because nature called me and I'm back out in nature. We're starting twice right now. So at the ending of the month and the middle of the month, we are going to start getting back outside. So we already arm up the team for that. Got my little accountability, the little accountability peanut gallery that everybody should have, a little one in each gym or around the corner, that one that I have. So we are going to start hiking there. And now I'll talk to you guys about the gig economy, because I have not to you guys in regards to that, because I was trying out different apps too, and I wanted to make sure when I come on here I can give you guys some live experience, because when I came on prior, I got a chance to tell you guys how then motivate some of you guys to go out there and get some shmoney and make that money, and the shmoney talks and all the positive things. And I said, you know what, I've never told them like in details there are side effects to the gig economy, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you guys my experience, guys. Everybody experience is different. You're in a different zone, you're in a different area of your life, you're in a different everything. I'm in Hawaii, you're probably in a different state, so your experience is going to be different from my experience, but I just want to share my experience with you, just to make sure that you all know to always have 4 eyes always open. And that's 4 eyes because I got my 2 eyes plus an extra 2. Okay, so in regards to gig economy, we talk about how to make the money. Is there money to be made? Yes, there's money to be made. What advice I get a lot on what advice would you give somebody that's just getting started? I would say register on all of your apps. Y'all going to get sick of me repeating that one. Register on all of the apps, guys. When you register on all of those apps, make sure that you try the apps out. So because I like to practice what I preach, I told you all register on all the apps. I need to go now and try these apps out. So what did I do? I went on, started on with Lyft. Lyft at the beginning, I was scared of Lyft. For those that's coming in right now and don't know what Lyft is, you heard about Uber Drive, there's Lyft Drive as well. So Lyft Drive was one app that I was a little bit leery about, because I didn't know how I was going to act with somebody in the back seat. I didn't know people's personality, if it was going to be good, bad, or indifferent. I wasn't aware of nothing like that. So I did not want nobody in the back of my car. I just continuously did all the other apps, like a Lyft, like a DoorDash, Grubhub. I did, Walmart Spark, and they were the apps that I basically stuck with because I felt comfortable there. But a few months ago or weeks ago, I actually decided, I think it was a few weeks ago, that I was going to turn Lyft on, because I register on all the apps, but I have never tried Lyft. I've never tried Instacart. I've never tried Deliver That, which is the catering jobs, which is very slender here in Hawaii. You got to be on a certain times. When they have offers, I'm not available, because on that time zone, I prefer to go and do Walmart Spark or sometime DoorDash. So it don't work with my schedule yet, because I have so many options available. I can pick, choose, and refuse, and depending on what I'm going for, if I'm going for a $200 day, if I'm going for a $300 day, then I already know which app I want to play with. Okay, so a lot of times Deliver That is an app that may not get my best, little schmill, because I don't need it right now, and I don't see myself working on Deliver That yet. Okay, however, though, I started out and I start moving on with Lyft. I did Lyft. I think about 3 to 4 rides. They gave me good tip. I ended up with like $100. I think I made like $100 or $90 something plus whatever tip they give me. I was like, yeah, I'm making big money on just these a little bit on a ride. This is not bad. So I tried that out. Everything was going smooth, guys. Everything was good to go. Then every day, what I'll do is around 2 o'clock for 2 hours, I will turn on Lyft. For the last week, I've been testing it out. Everything was going good until today. So today, I had one of those baby's customers that basically, I need to tell you all the story. So it's 2 stories. The first story is on Lyft, they give you the option to turn on the pets, that you could take pets. My advice to you, turn it off. Don't even waste your time, because not everybody pet is house pet. Okay, they smell like pigs. So don't be loving nobody pets. If you have a nice car and you feel like you want to get an extra $4 to be smelling a funky dog and funky breath, I will advise you, then go ahead. But my experience, learn from Paulette. Learn from me. Do not do it. Toggle off of that because it's not worth it. $4, guys, is not worth your mental smell nor your sanity for nobody's old funky dog. Okay, so I would say, no, don't do it. Toggle it off. It's not worth it. $4 is not worth it. And then when it comes to on Lyft, not only that, you're going to deal with people's personality. When I say dealing with people's personality, you will be dealing with scenarios where people is going to, some people's going to want to talk, some people's not going to want to talk. You got to know how to turn on and turn off immediately. You got to be ready, to see how you're going to respond to certain scenarios. So I'm at the car wash, guys, but I had here because I want to finish talk to you guys in regards to my experience that I experienced today on Lyft, and to let you all know the pros, cons. And I don't want you to do what I do. I want you to do better. Okay, so if you have a Lyft app, toggle off pets. Don't take no pets. It's not worth $4. Okay, take it off. Number two, if you're on Lyft, make sure that you're not driving longer to the customer. Remember, on Lyft, when you're driving to that customer, you're not getting paid. Just be mindful of that. If they're telling you pickup is in 9 miles, those 9 miles on you. So be mindful in your mind. Make a mental call to say, you know what? I'm going to have to drive. I'm going to give myself the longest I'll drive for a customer is probably 4 to 5 miles from wherever I'm at. Because if you know that that's a freebie from you to them. When you get to the customer, then you got to look and see from where pickup is and where drop off is. You have to also be mindful of how many miles that is, because if they're giving you, say, $7 and you got to drive 8 miles, I'm already in the hole. And then when you get there, you got to drive another 5 miles. So 8 plus 5, that's 13 miles, and they're only giving you $7. You're in the hole. However, what I've learned on Lyft compared to the food app like DoorDash and Grubhub, and also any type of food app out there, Grubhub or Walmart Spark, they will give you per order, right? So their orders may come a little bit more frequently, and they pay on a different pay scale compared to Lyft. Lyft is going to be hourly, so they may send you a ride for $20, the next one $5, the next one $6, and you're like, I don't want that little small ride. But the thinking process is you should don't compare your food app with your drive app. They're two different things. One of them is going to pay you within the hour a certain amount of probably. DoorDash will give you like $20, example, okay, per hour. Some of them are $14, right? On Lyft, even though some of the rides is going to be smaller, you can get up to $34 an hour. So be mindful of how you want to run your business, and don't compare DoorDash to Lyft. It don't work. So my experience today on Lyft that I was mentioning to you guys, a con that to be mindful of, not everybody that get in your car, you and them is going to mish. You're going to click. Not everybody's going to be the clicking kind, okay? So I had this experience with the lady and the animal. She had her dog. I'm thinking I'm picking up a dog that's already in the kennel, not no big, huge dog. At first, the lady, when I pull up to her, she said, Paulette, she said, I'm going to put the dog in there with you. And I'm like, oh, ma'am, it's you and your husband and a kid. Where are you guys going to go? Oh, we're going to drive the other car. I said, oh, no, ma'am. You're not going to leave your dog with me in my car while you drive in the other car. Little did I know that was a funky dog. So she don't want the dog in her car. And I was like, well, why don't you take the dog in your car? She's like, oh, no, he can't go in there. So I'm like, something is up with this lady. She a little cuckoo. But anyway, I can give her that 0 stars at the end. So she better be mindful, because I have control as who am I going to put back in my car. So I go and I'm like, okay, ma'am. I said, ma'am, the kennel is not going to fit in my car. It either the kennel going to be in the back of this car, saying it can't fit in my car. I ain't scratching up my car. Yes, I spoke to her just like this. Listen, even on your faith walk, even in holiness, you need to have a voice to speak up. Because if you don't speak up, you're going to get run over. So the lady's telling me what she wanted at the end, that I summed it up. She wanted to put her funky dog and his funky bed in my car while she drive off in her car smelling the fresh air. And I have to sit in here in AC smothering with her funky dog. So I told her, no, ma'am. I say, somebody's going to drive in my car with me. And that way you guys can have, you know, if your dog get out of control, y'all can handle it in the back. So the husband said, I'm going to jump in the back and I'm going to drive with the dog. And then the son wanted to go with the dad. So I had the son and the father in the car. So the lady then packed up and started throwing things. Oh, she's upset because I tell her she giving me. She's upset at me, and I'm already tired. I don't care if you're on holiness walk or not. It gets a point in time in human life that they're exhausted and it's time to quit, right? Okay, so I put my final destination on my Lyft app. You can do that too. One day I'll go into that with you guys. And then she throw everybody in the car and she have an attitude now. The husband seemed a little like a spineless man. So he's like, okay, honey, anything else you want me to do? And I'm like, listen, you know that dog stink. They thought they could get over me. Don't be fooled by this, okay? I ain't no fool. So she comes in. I told her the kid, the son, husband, whatever, needed to come in the car and they need to drive the car with the funky dog. I didn't know at the time the dog was funky, right? So I get in my car. I'm ready to go. All of a sudden I'm like, what's that smell? And the husband is like, I'm sorry, the dog, he showered him, but he still stink. It smelled like wet hair that did not properly dry, but on top of that you threw some pee, stale pee on it and poop, and they were playing in that. That's the funky scent. And I said, oh, that dog is stink. And the guy is, I'm so sorry, you know. And I was like, why didn't you all just drive in your car, the funky dog, going to the airport anyway? I said, anyway, the kid said, can you turn up, the little 5-year-old, he's like, can you turn up the AC? I said, not with that funky dog. I said, I'm gonna put the windows on. I'm not a mean person, by the way, for those that's wondering, oh my God, Paulette is so mean. No, I'm not mean, but I ain't stupid. So I told him I'm gonna put the windows down. I put the window down. I left the AC on just because the little boy was in the background. But the dog scent, I ain't gonna lock up in my car with no funky dog. And I had my windows down. And the guy, he was so embarrassed. He just kept saying, I'm so sorry. The dog is so stink. And we shower him, but he's still funky. And I said, yeah, he is funky. I said, y'all need to give him another shower. Y'all probably need to put a little drop of bleach up in his water to burn off that little scent that the dog has. And you know, we talked the whole way. When we get to the airport, the wife or the woman or girlfriend, whoever she was aware of what she was trying to do. However, though, I made her son and her man sniffle that funky dog in the back seat, and not by myself. So they ended up in the back, and she had an attitude because I didn't make her have her way. I told her, oh no, you ain't sending your dog with me. At the time, like I mentioned, I didn't know the dog would stink until when we get in the car. I was like, oh, this is bad. So she goes off in the airport, and guess what? I gave her a 0, and I put in there, dog hair. Left my car dirty with dog hairs in the back. He didn't sit in the back seat. He sat in my trunk, and I had like plastic down there. So I didn't have an issue with that part. But all that funky dog hair, he just dropped a bunch of hair. I had to take out all the mat, clean it all off. I get another Lyft ride right after that. That's the disadvantage of taking pets. So don't take no pets, because you're going to get another ride that's worth it, but you can't ride a new person in that funky car. You got to air it out. So I'm opening all the windows, spraying all the stuff. Guys, these things right here works charms. So if you're doing any Lyft, get some of these. They cut all that funk out. I sprayed that little vanilla scent down, and I cleaned out my car. It was good to go. Now, that was my experience. I give her a 0. She wasn't happy with me. I didn't care at the point because I gave her 0. So her 0 and my 0 would have been eliminated, okay, at the end of the day. Pick up the second ride. The husband, I guess they had to walk to me because all the cars is out there, guys. I cannot go and drive up and go on the side of the road for nobody. Why am I going to violate as a driver to get a ticket or something from the popo that's on the airport? I have to do everything in order, in decent and in order. So I turned around and I drove, ended up, guys, in the back of the car. So they had to walk to me because the line was so long, I couldn't get to them. They have to walk to me, probably like 5 or 6 cars. But when the husband comes and the wife come and she was like, oh, because it's hot here in Hawaii. It's hot outside, guys. Yes, sister Nicole, I got my AC on because it's hot outside, okay? The husband comes to me, the wife is talking to me. She's like, yeah, we didn't know that you were going to be in the back here. She's being, diplomatic, nonchalantly, smiling. But behind that little wicked smile, I saw a whole lot of stuff because I can read people. I can read you. I know what you coming with, okay? She be covered. I know what you coming with. I can see you long time ago. She didn't pull up on me, doing her little softness, whatever her husband had talked on the walk to the car. He comes in the car aggressive. He's like, oh, hurry up, let's get in the car. Ooh, he didn't know the other side of Paulette. You see, sometimes people take advantage of your kindness and take it for weakness. He just saw me with my little skirt and my little head tied and, looking like I'm a homeless probably in his eyes. But he didn't know who I was. So when he pulled up to me and he's getting, his wife was here and I was here, and he grabbed the suitcase and he started, come on, let's go. I'm like, I know he ain't trying to get into my car with that attitude. I said, sir. I said, excuse me, you're very rude. I said, if you prefer to wait out here in this heat for another Lyft ride, I'll advise you do so. So I start taking his suitcase out of my car. And he's like, oh, no. I said, sir, with that attitude, you will not be riding in my car. He said, oh, no, it's okay. So he knew that I called his attention. Let me tell you about a narcissist. When you call their attention, now all of a sudden, they're going to switch it around because they're going to say it was you. So the guy gets in my car, right? Telling me, oh, no. He jumps in the car like nothing happened. And he looks behind. And I say, sir, I said, I'm not riding a car with a rude man like you. You're disrespectful and no one will be in my car disrespecting me. I suggest that you all get your suitcase out of my car and you find another ride. So the husband is like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Automatically, you're sorry now because I had to stand up for myself. Okay? So I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't mean it like that. You're from around here. Listen, don't play with me. Don't play with me, right? So I told him again. I said, sir, if you're having an attitude, it's best for you to step out of my car. I said, because now both of us going to have. How would I have a bad ride in my car? It's my car. You're the one with a funky attitude, right? So he comes in, jumps in the back, and then I'm irritated. So I'm standing outside with the trunk open, still looking at this man. The woman jump in the car because it's hot outside in Hawaii. Nobody want to stand up to argue with nobody but you in my car. So I have the rights to do what I want in my car. So I'm standing up looking at him, right? And I'm serious. Let me show you the face. Remember I told you all, I ain't going to argue with the devil, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm serious. And I'm giving him the eye because I like to give the eye like, I see you. So he comes in and he said, oh, you don't want to take me? Oh, you don't want to take me? All of a sudden now, all of that aggressiveness that he has, now he got to blame me for it, for the cost, right? Because that's how narcissists do. They start to come at you, and the moment you stand firm, all of a sudden, oh, you, it's you. No. You started it. You started it here. You came to my car trying to manhandle me for my car. And when I told you and put you in your place, all of a sudden now, you don't want to take me? Just say you don't want to take me. I said, sir, save it. You save it. I just letting you know, if you're going to drive in my car, you ain't coming in there with your bad behaviors. I say it's disrespectful. I would not be disrespected in my car. So make sure I can pull over here. So we start driving. Now, my flesh is getting a little weak, guys. I ain't gonna lie. my flesh started getting a little weak, and I was like, and the devil was like, put him out, put him out. So I said the second time, I said, you know what? I drove up because we have a ride share location. I picked him up directly from the airport at Arrival, which I didn't have to, but because I'm nice, he took advantage of my niceness. I was supposed to pick him up upstairs, but because I'm nice, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna pick him up downstairs, and that way I don't have to go upstairs and he don't have to walk because they're a little older old man. So I go up there. Now I'm hot, because you done disrespected me, and this is the way that you treat women? Where you gonna disrespect? You ain't gonna disrespect me. My father don't disrespect me. My husband don't disrespect me. We respect each other. You're gonna respect me, okay? I'm gonna teach you how to respect me. If you got to deal with me, okay? I don't care who you are. You ain't going to just disrespect me, and all of a sudden when I say, you're going to turn around and you're going to want to maneuver your way out of it, and then all of a sudden, it's your fault. It's your fault. I had enough scenario with that. I had a gym friend. She had a birthday gathering at her house one time. We get to the birthday. Everybody's complaining to Paulette. Paulette, I'm thirsty. Paulette, I'm hungry. Oh my gosh, she had us here for 3 hours already, and she's drunk and not taking care of her people. Well, I don't drink, by the way. However, though, I went to the birthday because we all was gym friends at the time. I was not even in holiness, so don't even start it, okay? I was not a part of holiness. I was part of the falsehood, and you could attend a friend's birthday. It was a birthday barbecue. However, though, the people used to drink. Okay, they drink. I don't drink. However, though, anyway, we get to the party, and it's a pool little slide thing. Everybody having fun, and I get there late, about 3 hours by the time, because I was visiting my island back in Roatan. So I came in, and she's like, come on, I want you to come there. I should have followed my mind. I should have just stayed home. I was tired. I was jet lagged. So I get there to the birthday. Everybody's like, Paulette, Paulette, but nobody's saying nothing. So I asked her when I get there, and I sat for an hour. I was like, you know what? She's not sharing anything. What are they doing? Where's the food? Where's the drink? What are we drinking? It's no Kool-Aid. It's water. So I said, hey, can I have some water? Can I have some water, please? And she's like, oh, okay. She get up, go inside, come back out. She's having a glass of wine. No water for Paulette. I said, okay. I'm parched by now, and I'm a little parched in the mouth, dry. Everybody dry. It's hot outside. I said, can I have some water? So on the 5th round of me asking her, can I have some water, please? She said, why don't you get up and go get yourself your water? Now, I've never been to her house before, but I said, let me find my way inside. I'm going to just go inside, and I'm going to just grab some water from wherever I'm at, right? I'm going to figure it out. I get inside. Her husband, another drunk. He's drunk, trying to put the chicken wings together and doing it all wrong, and he's eating and dipping his hand. Now, I didn't eat none of that food. My grandmother taught us well. Ain't no way. I was full on the way to the party. I was full. I just wasn't thirsty at the time because, on a long ride, you basically, you don't want to be pulling over and asking nobody for the bathroom. So I really didn't drink much water because we don't use people's bathroom when we get to the house. Like, I don't know you like that. So I'm not going into you could have all kind of stuff. Like, I ain't going in your bathroom like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I was raised. I'm sorry. I'm probably old school, or my grandmother was just a little bit much. But that's how we were raised. So we get to the party. When I came back outside, there's still no water. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So she said, oh, Paulette, she said, I'm so sorry. I'm a bad host. She tells me she's a bad host. I said, girl, yes, you are a bad host. I said, but I'll figure it out in the end. That lady don't speak to me till today. She said I offended her. And I kept saying, have you ever got into a scenario where you don't know what they're mad at you for, but somebody is mad at you and you're thinking, well, what did I say? Did I say something? This is awkward. What did I do? You don't know what you do, but the person have an attitude with you and you're innocent and you don't know what to do. I don't know what I did unless you tell me. So I kept going to the gym 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and I'm talking to the girl because she was cool. We were cool. We would laugh, joke with each other, and I'm going into the gym, and I'm like, hey, girl, and she's ignoring me, and I was like, oh, okay. So the next day I was like, oh, she's just having a bad day. Don't pay her no mind, because I'm like this. I'm gonna talk to you, And I'm gonna just read you, and all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, okay, I see you. Okay, okay, give you space. Okay, all right. And that's what I did. So when I go out, I would say good morning, and I ain't looking for you to say good morning back to me because I don't care at that point. I honestly don't care. So I walk in the gym and I say good morning, whatever her name was, and she didn't respond to me, but I didn't care. So the other friends, all my friends that I thought was my friends, they started to like act funny with me because they think that I had disrespected this girl. I didn't. I said, you all were right there. You heard what she said, and I said what I said, and that was it to the conversation. That girl got mad when I know my gym peanut gallery, they were in their little area, and it's like she was telling them, you all gonna be friend with me or be friend with Paulette, but I don't. If you're gonna be friend, that's how petty the thing went. And I said, you know what? I'm a loner. I don't need friends. Honestly, I could handle myself. I removed myself and I said, y'all gonna figure it out. Because it's only a matter of time. When you see a person attack an innocent person for no reason, that they're gonna do it to somebody else in the circle. That's why you gotta check certain things, guys. Don't let things fall to the wayside. Don't let things just, you see a person mistreating somebody for no reason and you just, but I'm gonna just say hush. Oh, you just like them. Ain't no hush. So the one of the girls that went on the hike, she was the one that was part of the little circle, and she came to me and apologized. All of them came back and apologized. You know why? I didn't do the girl nothing, and they knew better because they knew my character. So I have to lead with my character. I know who I am, and my character is going to speak for itself. That on the hike, the girl came and I told her, and I said, yeah, I thought that you were just like her because you knew better, and nobody said nothing, but you knew I didn't do nothing, and you knew I'm not that type of person. You knew the type of person that I was. And she said, Paulette, I am sorry. I didn't even understand why she was mad at you. I said, that's part of life. You don't know what people mad at you for. People just mad at you. They didn't like your hair. They don't like your eyebrows. Your eyelashes is too long, longer than theirs. Your lips is a little bit too plump. Your nose is a little straighter. You may have a dimple. You may not have a dimple. You may have a chin dimple. You may have whatever. People's going to be people. And just know, if you're in a circle with anybody and one person is starting to get picked on for no reason because they're getting those microaggressions. People, let me tell you, a narcissist is good at doing microaggressions, meaning they could just attack in the whole circle. They could attack and aim for that one person, and everybody else can't see. Only the person that they're aiming for. Be mindful of the people around you. Know who you are and know who they are as well. And whenever microaggression starts in any group, you all pluck it out right away. Don't let it sit. Don't let it sit, because it's a virus that's going to pollute and destroy something that's so beautiful. A friendship is beautiful. But the moment all the shoulda, coulda, woulda start to get in there, the moment the devil feel that he could spray some wickedness up in there, he will have you on a roller coaster by yourself, because the other person don't even know why you upset. I didn't even know why she was upset. That girl went going on 7 years, and I didn't even know why she was upset. You know, when I found out that why she was upset was because on the hike that I went to, one of the sister told me. She said she was confused because she stopped speaking to her too. I said, oh. So when I was on the attack, everybody was in La La Land. And all of a sudden, when you get attacked now, all of a sudden you understand? You see how that is? Don't make that little thing fool you all. When y'all see a virus in whichever circle you at, you better pluck it. You better pluck that thing out, because it only a matter of time it's going to spread like wild roots. Wickedness spreads so fast, but your character stands firm always. So that's why I don't fight with the devil. I love that to figure out on its own, because I know who I am. I know what I do. I know what I would never do. And the people that know me should know that. Did I get She comes and apologizes. Yes, she did. She apologized. She said, you know what, I apologize. And if I hurt you for whatever, I'm sorry. But I never hold nothing against her, because an apology is not for, it's not for them, it's for you to move on, and I moved on. But it was so refreshing to see how it don't matter how long something happened, people could come back and humble themselves, because they knew that your character won and knew who you are. They knew who you were. They knew who I were. They come back and they had to apologize, because, but it was in that moment, guys, when I was going through, it was horrible, because I was like, why am I being under attack? What did I do to the girl? I didn't do anything. You all were acting like if I did something so horrible, I took her candy money or something. I didn't do nothing. I only responded to what she said, and I said, yes. I said, you are a bad host. She said it first. I only repeated it, and that's why I get enemies. But it's okay, Paulette's cool. I'm good. I don't have a lot of whole friends. I don't like yes friends around me either. So a lot of time when they're around, the Lord's going to just move them to the side, and it's okay. And then they'll realize, wow, Paulette was really a good friend. Let me go back and think. They always come and say it. Wow, I thought you were like this, but I realized you really genuinely not like that. No, I'm not. Y'all think I be playing. When I say I love you, I love you. I really mean that. And if you come and cross me wrong, I don't have a problem with confrontation. I will confront you. So long story short, going back to the Lyft ride, I know you all thought I forgot. I didn't forget. The guy, all of a sudden, by the time I got to the house, he's all mellow now and calmed down, because his narcissism knew that it couldn't come up against me. You see, I already was covered and prayed up. So when he came in, got into the car, he mellowed down. Because I tell him, I said, you can step out of my car. You'll let $8. I didn't tell him that because I didn't want to do too much. But I really wanted to be like, man, you'll let $8 ain't nothing compare for me, for all your aggressiveness. You can't pay me for that. So he gets in the back of the car. Everything he was trying to talk, like tell me go this way, go the other way. And I'm like, just trying to be professional, I got to the house and I opened my trunk and he pulled up, and I still had that face. So I pull out, open the trunk, and guess what? He pulls out the thing and he said, thank you so much. And I'm sorry, guys. Y'all pray for me, okay? Because Paulette, the Lord is still working on me. I didn't say nothing else to the guy, but I didn't smile either. You don't disrespect me and then come back like nothing happened. We're going to have a conversation about it. You don't just pick up and go move forward and everything is forgotten. Okay? So when he come to me, but thank you so much. Like if he didn't just try to bully me in my own car prior, and I looked at him with a straight face. This is the face. And I got in my car, and before I left off, I gave him 1. And they say, oh, why? Why would I unmatch him? And I said, rude and disrespectful. And I said, please do not assign again. And I sent, and it said, thank you for notifying us. That's what Lyft does, right? Don't argue with the person unless, you park somewhere and everybody is around. Was I probably a little bit wrong? I could have do it a different way. Probably so. But this man came like he was my father, like, come on, hurry up, come on, get in, oh, cha, 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 cha. In my car? Never. So my Lyft experience in the gig economy, I had 2 that I should have left them where they were and just kept riding because it wasn't worth it. You're gonna have those that don't worth it. On Lyft, you have the options to just roll with the punches, get where you're going to your destination, and just unassign them from you, giving them a 1 star, and that way they'll never match them to you again. And the same thing with the dog. Do not toggle on dog. $4 is not worth it. Smothering yourself in funk. Okay? It's not worth it. So that's all I wanted to say today. Sorry it was a long rant, guys, but I just needed to get it out because there are good parts of the gig economy, but that was 2 cons that I needed to share with you guys for those thinking about starting to do drive, ride share, there's some good, bad, and ugly, and you all need to know the good, bad, and the ugly. So that was the ugly part of the gig economy, and you just have to roll with the punches, guys. You, even in holiness, you're going to be tested, and today I was tested. I stood my ground. Yes, I did. However, though, it did give me a few little uppercuts, because I was not ready for that behavior from a grown person. That was my first encounter face to face with a narcissist. Okay? And then when I stood up for myself, he turned around and made it like, if, well, or you don't want to take me? Oh, no. Your attitude is why I don't want to take you. Okay? So enough of that, guys. Let me get into these comments. How's everybody doing today? This is Tanya. I had a great time, but I'm going to stick to the 2 days a week starting next week. Woo, 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 woo. This is Tanya. Yes, you better. Brother Jonah said he did his 9 miles on Tuesday. Kudos to you, Brother Jonah. On Tuesday, I did 12,000 steps, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 12,000 and then some steps that I did. So, health and fitness, with Life with Paulette, we're going on a good pace. Tomorrow I'm going to do another 10 to 12,000 steps on Saturday to keep moving, and I'm going to rest on Sunday. So my goal is remaining the same. I'm going to do five, maybe 4 to 5 days a week when it comes to moving, and then I'm gonna do my 2 to 10,000 steps when it comes to what they call it now, 2 to 10,000 steps when it comes to my 10,000 steps. So just to let you guys know that we are working and we are getting on there. I'm getting ready to go into the car wash. Let me go and park somewhere else. I'll have to check that new video out, Sister Paul. Yes! And one of the sisters like, Paulette, you hiked in a skirt? Yes, I did. We hiked in a skirt, okay? And it was fun. I mean, I wanted to start off that experience where you can jump into the water, you can enjoy everything, and show you guys the waterfalls, but that one was dried out because it wasn't rain. So whenever you're in Hawaii and you want to try out a waterfalls, make sure that your waterfalls, guys, is basically it's raining. If it's not raining, don't even try unless you just want the workout, because it's a waste of time, okay? Hello, Brother Endor. How are you? Welcome in. Jonah, it's been a minute. Yes, Georgina. Flemings, thank you for coming back. I thought I had lost you, Flemings, but I'm glad that you came back here with Life with Paulette. I missed you, okay? Shout out to all my moderators in the chats over there. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys don't know how much I appreciate you guys. I do, because you don't have to do it, okay? But you do it anyway, okay? And I appreciate it, all right? So thank you. Mahalo to you too. Let's see. Brother Jonah say, I was on Tony's earlier, sister. I took 2 days off YouTube though. You're talking to Georgina. Yes. I was on Brother Tony too, because I've been, if you all not seeing me in your lives, guys, around, 10, 11, or you don't see me, it's because I'm on Lyft. And when I'm on Lyft, I'm not able to interact with you guys because I'm trying out Lyft. Even though I had a bad experience, that don't mean I'm gonna quit, guys. No, I'm not gonna quit. No, not for two little funky waist people that their attitude was like funky water, skunk. I can't quit just for them. So I just want to share the experience with you guys, because out of 100, I had 2 bad experiences. That was pretty good. But I wanted you all to know the ugly side of this economy, because not everybody is created equal, okay? Everybody's created, but not everybody had the same little, upbringings. Okay, they're a little bit different. Everybody different. So at the end of the day, you know, that's how it is. So I'm at the car wash because I gotta go in there, guys. I'm gonna take my car in the car wash. I already disinfect everything. Yes, on a daily basis when you're on Lyft, you gotta disinfect your car. You gotta clean everything out and make sure that you are being tidy with your car. So that's what I always advise you guys on any part of the gig economy. Get yourself a car wash that you can pay whatever amount and do unlimited car washes, so your car will always be up to par. So Sister Tanya said no nasty dogs, yuck. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know any better. So when you don't know any better, you can't do any better. But when you know, you want to make sure that others don't have to go through what you went through. That's the type of person that I am. So now that I know better, because I didn't know how to toggle off, I didn't know what they were offering until now I know I can go and toggling off. I don't want no more dog in my car. That was enough experience for me. So there you go. No dogs in my car. All righty. Evil, shut my hole. Roseanne said, ha ha ha. Sister Tanya's laughing. Sister Tanya said, text because his wife let him get away with it. That junk. Exactly. That's right. She stood there because she's probably micro passive aggressive herself to deal with that type of narcissism. I mean, literally, he came, he don't know me. Why are you gonna come? You'd speak to your wife. Oh, by the way, I did tell him, I said, I'm not your wife. And she was right in front of me. I didn't want him going in my car. I wanted them to say, we'll get another cab. I wanted them to say that so bad. You don't understand. I wanted them to say that, but they wouldn't say. And I told them a piece of my mind. I don't know and by the way, I don't have to use any cuss words for you, but whatever I said cut deep because she chuckled and he chuckled and he begged to get back in my car. And I said, I said, don't bring in that rudeness in my car. I said, because I could let you out right here. I said, by the way, I said, get out of my car so you all can catch another cab. And then he twisted around to change it. Oh, you don't want me? You don't want me? You don't want to take me? Huh. You disrespect. How dare, he's somebody that will get punched and then and the person that he punched beat him up. And then he want to all of a sudden sue the person that give him a black eye. Well, you hit me and give me a black eye. You started the fight. Okay? Don't get it twisted with me. Okay? I'm cool. I'm 99% chill. But 1%, the Lord is still working. Okay? She's still working. Yes, I know the Lord, the Christ-like thing would have been to, Paulette, you should have just hushed your mouth. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, no, I won't. Didn't the Lord turn up the tables up in the marketplace? Because you could get angry and don't sin. I didn't sin. I didn't hate him. I just had to correct his behavior. That's all. That's all. So, that's what it is. Life be lifing, guys. But I did take them home. I did not smile since I got into the car. And when they said thank you, I did not respond, which I should have responded and said, you're welcome. But no, because I felt then, no. I'm not going to cater to your bad behaviors, and you're not going to bully me and then turn around and say you're sorry after. I didn't want it. You could feed it to the birds. Feed it to the birds. He was pulling out $2, I guess, and I heard the money in the back, and I didn't even want your tip. I don't want your tip. Go put that on some classes to learn how to deal with people and work on your narcissistic behaviors. That's what you do with that tip. I don't want it. After I was already bitter with it. So I don't want your tip. I don't want it. Don't pay me and try and put a band-aid on it after you already, with your arrogance, little behavior. Now you want to pay me? Oh, no. No. You keep it. All right. Sister Roseanne said, ha, yes. Yes. Georgina said, I try and please God only. I'm too old for foolishness. Exactly. That's what I said. Flemings, I said the same thing. I'm too old for foolishness. I can't deal with foolishness. I have zero tolerance for foolishness, especially from a grown individual. Nah, I ain't doing that. If you want to get mad, stay mad. I don't care. Okay? Bye. All right. May God be with you too. Hallelujah. Sister Tanya. Hello, Sister Dinico. No, Sister Davis. Oh my goodness. Hello, Sister Davis. Welcome. How are you, Sister Davis? God bless you. Great medicine tonight. Roseanne. Oh my goodness, Sister Roseanne. Make me laugh. Sister Davis is laughing. Sister Davis say, you keep it real, sis. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do in life. And people take your holiness walk for granted. They think, oh, you're on holiness walk. No, the Lord is still working on me. I still have place and room to grow. But don't take my kindness for weakness. And that is something, I don't care if you're on holiness or non-holiness, the flesh is going to activate. Don't push people buttons, because people have the rights to respond. You have the right to act how you want to act. You have no rights to control my response. However, though, my response is always going to be the majority time. Just the 1%, Paulette, just have to just come out. Like today, normally I don't say nothing. I'll just silent, let the Lord deal with it. But I was like, Lord, you ain't going to deal fast enough. The ride is 40 minutes. I got to be up in here. I need to make him know. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. So the next girl that he decides to come in and try to intimidate, he know where he stand. Okay? And he was lucky that my old Paulette did not activate, because I've been suppressing her for years. That old Paulette would have took his bag out of my car and drove off. That's the thank God for Jesus. Hallelujah. Okay? That's the old Paulette. The new Paulette is working still 1%, trying to do the right things. But that old Paulette, the sharp-tongued Paulette, would have pulled him and his wife out of my car, call 911 and tell them they got to go. I ain't going to touch you now, but I ain't going to tolerate foolishness either. So he was lucky he got introduced to the holiness Paulette, the one that I can still stand up and defend myself with respect. However, though, you ain't going to disrespect me. That Paulette he met. The 1%, the Lord is still working on. He's still working on me. He's still working on me. Yeah. He's still working on me, boy. Don't play with me. Don't get my little kindness for weakness, because I ain't no fool. Okay, Sister Roseanne say, yes, well, we should be able to stand up for, yes, you should. And if you feel because you're on a holiness walk that you shouldn't, respectfully though, respectfully, you should be able to lay your words out decently and just let people know you're not going to run over me. I ain't no fool, and I don't have no tolerance for foolishness, like Sister Georgina say. We too old for this, okay? All right. Roseanne said, we can still walk in holiness and speak the truth. Exactly, sis. The moment you start to speak up for yourself, the moment you have to teach people how to respect you, right? So if you're having a scenario like that, and I imagine if I had Crumble, he probably thought he was back in the Kunti Kante days. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Did I say it right? The Kunti Kante days. When they will come out there, and you know who I'm talking about too. Because Kunti Kante, that is. And then they have the other ones with the Kunti Kante days where you're talking and they used to make you hold your head down. I don't know. He probably thought that he was back then. I ain't holding nothing down. I look him straight down and I said, you could get out of my car. If you're going to have that attitude, you would not be riding with me in my car. But they get it twisted, so you got to remind them that, hello, come back to earth. Come back to reality. This is reality. Okay? So that was the story that I had for today. Let's see, Sister Davis, we all are still on the assembly line, being modified and tweaked and built over and over by God. Amen, Sister Davis. That's so good. Hallelujah. We're the clay. We're being molded every day, every second. I know God is going to turn around, and when I pray tonight, He's going to be like, okay, Paulette, I know. He said, as long as your heart didn't shift to no bitter feelings or anything, okay, I'll let that one pass. Okay? However, though, whenever you see that thing come where you're just so angry, I ain't going to make nobody make me angry. However, though, I'm gonna correct you if I have to. That's it. You should be able to do all of that. Okay, correct and get it out of the way. Sister Dave, thank God he got the redeemed. Sister Paulette, sing it. Exactly. That old Paulette, I would have been glad that I had left him on the sidewalk too. I wouldn't have cared because his wife should have said something. She should have been like, you need to back up. She didn't say nothing. Okay. However, though, at the end of the day, that's why both of them could have got out of my car. It was my car. If you could, feel free to find somebody else, not me, not this Paulette. But I appreciate you guys. I'm going to start heading into my car wash because I need to get all this dog whatever off of my car and start heading home. But I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me today. Listen, guys, on Aloha Friday Day, which is today, we're going to just talk about, you know, a little bit here and there in regards to what happened throughout the week and just give you guys some pros and some cons about scenarios, about scenarios that be happening and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, that's what's going on with me here. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna head into the car wash, get this car all clean and ready for tomorrow because we don't quit over here, okay? 1 to 2 bad behaviors don't spoil the whole bunch. What we do with them, guys, we pluck them out, we take them out and move forward. I want to quit there. Thank you, Auntie. Yeah, she was kind. She thought I was going to turn to the other side, but I was going to get my car washed, so she was letting me pass. But I would not go in front of the little old lady. And then, by the way, out of the other rest of guys that I received, guys, they were so nice. I got a little 86-year-old lady talking about, I'm coming to Hawaii and we're going to party. And I'm looking at her like, what? She's like, give me your number. I know how to cook. She said, and do you have any friends that we can hang out? I'm like looking like at her like, Auntie, in 2 seconds you be ready to sleep. What are you talking about? So all my other experience, guys, was amazing. You meet really good people on Lyft or any driving app. Everybody is not going to be the little onesie twosie miserable people that's always going to be the Debbie Downers because they're miserable and they want everybody else miserable with them. You ain't going to find, everybody's not the same. You're going to find out of about 7 to 8 rides, you're going to find 1 to 2 miserable Nancy's. Yes, you will. However, though, there's the antidote for them is kill them with kindness. And if you have to correct them every once in a while, go ahead. Why not? Okay. Anyway, bye. I love you guys. Aloha.